Have you ever wondered, how is a dent repaired on a vehicle without painting? Well, stick around and I'm going to show you how it's done. I'm Martin Sadler from Dent-Remover and thank you for joining me on another PDR video, and this time I'm repairing this brand new Fiesta ST. My customer's just got it, it's only done 600 miles on the clock and a dustbin has fallen over in the wind and whacked it right in the wing. The guy is devastated, but I'm going to fix this and make him happy again. So I'm just going to go through the damage and just show you all the main areas and what it's all about really. So I'm just going to put a rough circle, if that's what you call it, around the dent. So that's where the dent is. Okay, looking at it, we've got an obvious body line here. That's part of a panel, that's part of a shape. All the well, I would say 99% of all vehicles have always got a body line running through a front wing or a fender. So first of all, it's steel, so it's made from steel. Okay, how big is the dent? So it's roughly 140, 150 mil, so put 150 mil. Body line damage, which makes it a bit harder to repair. This bottom, the bottom line, it's not really affected, but once this dent comes out, it's going to come out on its own, so we don't need to worry about that. Access, how am I going to get it to the back of this dent to actually repair it? So we've got a plastic arch in there, so I'll just put strip, I'll put arch liner. Okay, just write it real quick, just a couple of screws, it all comes out and then I can get right to the back of the dent and pull it out. So there is quite a noticeable crown at the top here, and this is kind of like where metal bulges, and that holds a lot of tension. So if I was to get my hand behind there and try and pop it out or push it out, it would be quite difficult to do because this is holding all that dent in. So what I need to do is put a little bit of pressure behind there and tap that down, and that's how I'm going to repair this dent. So enough talking, I'm going to take the arch liner out and show you how it's all done. Okay, so to start off this repair, I'm going to go straight onto the bodyline area. Okay, so I could use, there's a few different tools that I can use, sorry. Could use something like this, which is called the Dodar. It's a few years old now, it's had a few bumps. And basically what you do with this is a leverage device that goes on the tyre. You put your screw tip on there and then you ease the dent out like that. So pop it on a tyre like that, and then you find your tip at the back where the body line is, and then you draw the dent out like that. Could also use this device, this contraption, it's called a moose knuckle. That goes onto the tyre like that, and then you just use a normal bar. This is a basic double bend screw tip bar, in like that, onto the back of a dent where the body line is, and then you can just use the leverage to ease the dent out. But before I do any of that, I need to warm this dent up because everything moves a little bit better when it's warm. So warm up the area where the crown is. I'm going to use these tools, get it in there, and I'll show you how it moves. I'm just going to change my lights, so get rid of this fog board, put the lines on there. So I mainly use lines. I use the fog board for larger dents because I can see more, but small dents like this, my line board is more than capable. Okay, get it into the right position like that. So I'll just show you. Okay, there you go. Get that moose knuckle on there. It doesn't touch the alloy wheels, so we're all right there. And give it a good warm up. Okay, nice. And then I'm going to get the screw tip bar in there, and you'll see I've got a large rubber tip on there. Okay, so when I'm pushing, I'm not going to be making any kind of push marks or anything harsh on the that you're going to notice on the painted side. Right, here we go. Oh. Now that's popped out, I'm just going to tap this crown down. So can you see that crown there? So I need some type of knockdown. We've got a range of knockdowns here from sharp to blunt. And this is my go-to knockdown, okay? It's called a crow carb. You can't buy these anymore, but you can buy this screw tip version, okay? It's got a leather tip, moves a lot of metal quickly, which is what you need when you're fixing crowns. There you go, can you see the crown there, look? Where the lines go wiggly or tighter together. Okay, so I've tapped the crown down a little bit. There's just this tiny high area here. And to tap that bit down, I'm going to be using a different knockdown. This time it's not as blunt as the crow carb. Okay, so it's going to move, it's going to be a little bit more precise. Okay then, right then. So next I'm going to change onto the edge pliers, the Fender pliers, that's what you call them, sorry. And I'm going to put a tip on there. This is a soft tip, screw it on to there. Now the reason why I'm going to use this is because the bar is fine to do it, but because I'm, you know, got a lot of leverage on there, the panel's flexing and I don't want to cause any more damage. So with these, the panel goes in between and that part is on the dented area and I nibble away at the dent. So just move this loose knuckle, slide that in there. I'm right on the dented area now, and just by moving it a little bit I can see the damage through this little window gap there, and then I just nibble away. So the area that I'm pulling out is just on that body line, that little dent there. Okay, if you can see it. And then every now and again, I just need to warm it up a little bit. And this just stops any chance of the paint cracking, because it is quite cold today, as you can see from my breath. It's a bit chilly in here. But yeah, it's moving nice. So like I say, this damage was created by a wheelie bin that had been emptied, and bin men or whoever had put it on the side of a road, and it was too windy and it just blew it over straight into the panel. Really, it's not something that you want when you've got a brand new car, and you know, I would be absolutely gutted if it was my car. Wish it was my car because it's green. The centre of the dents come up a little bit more with the Fender pliers. I'm just trying to knock the top of the crown down a little bit more. Just very gradual. You don't want to try and yuck the dent out in one go, because there is a good chance that, you know, the paint might crack or the dent will lock up. So plenty more tapping. So I need to go back in with the Fender pliers, but this time I'm just going to put this tip on because I can be a bit more precise with this one than using that one. Swap them over. For anyone wanting this tip, this is called a R4 cherry cap tip. So it looks like it's got cherry on the end. All right, R4 Romeo 4. Just adjust that a little bit and straight back in again. So I'm going to be right on that body line now. There we go. Spot on. That's lifting the centre up nicely. It's come down a little bit, so I'm just going to pull this area out. And go back onto the body line. Okay, looking good. Just need to tap it down a bit more. The body line's nearly there, but again, I need a sharper tip. So what I'm going to use is a plastic bullet tip, sharp end, a lot sharper than this cherry cap. Again, screw it onto there like that. There you go. And then straight in. So I can be very precise with this tip, and I don't need to use a lot of pressure on the grip as well, on the handle. That's coming up very nicely now. So a couple more minutes on the bodyline area, and then I'll just come down a little bit further and take this slight low out. Okay, nearly there. Just I've wound out the feet a little bit, just so I've got a better push with the tip. Very careful pushes now, because I'm right on that right on the body line. Excellent. That is that's the body line done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come down a little bit further and take out this this kind of low depression. Spot on. Holding the bottom of the panel with my thumb, that just stops it blowing out with the amount of leverage that I'm giving this panel. I don't want this part to kink out, because it will crack the paint as well. So just by putting your thumb on there, just gripping it as you're pulling with the bar, it just helps. Just gonna do that bit next. You can see it coming out. See the lines moving. So where the lines move apart, that's where the dent is. And where the lines go together, nip together, that's where the higher part of the damage is, or the high spots, which need to be tapped down. Okay, just need to change this tip now to the soft tip again. But this time I'm going to take this off. I'm just going to use the tyre to lever off. Very small pushes. I don't want to go too overboard. It's coming out really, really well, is that? Okay, so I'm just trying to blend out this bottom part using a couple of different knockdowns, from a sharp nylon one to a blunt one. The sharp one, I'm just trying to be really direct. There's a few small high areas like little picky marks, and then this one is for the ripples, the small high ripples. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so what have we got here? These are the small wiggles that are left. Okay, it's still a tiny bit low in this area, and then the little picky marks that I'm on about. Let me just see that bit there. So a couple more minutes on this area, and then I'm going to go above the body line and pull these small depressions out. All right, it's looking good, this. I'm going to show you where I've got up to. So the body line is pretty much there, and also all this, all the little wiggles down there, they've all been done as well. There you go. I would say it's to about 98%, something like that. I've only been working the damage from one direction. I need to put the line board on the opposite way, work from front to rear, and I'm going to have a look at the top bit and sort that out. Here we go. So there's this small imperfection, sorry, small dent there, and then coming down here, that little bit there. Okay, so just this top bit above the body line to sort out now. And the tool that I'm going to be using is, I'm going back onto this double bend screw tip bar. This time I'm using a soft tip with a bit of Tezza tape on the end. There you go, can you see it? Okay, it just dampens the push a little bit. I don't need to put the moose knuckle on, and I can get right in there, bang on, can see everything there. Right, let me pull the camera up and you can have a look. Okay, looking good. I just need to move my line board again. Looking downwards now, you just see there's a few lines in the panel, a few small like low creases. And for that, I just need to change my tip again. A lot of tip changing going on here today. Back onto my soft tip, so there you go. That's the soft tip with the Tezza tape on there, and that's without. It's actually quite windy again today. You can hear it on my my roller shutter door. It's getting a pounding. So I hope you guys are enjoying the videos that I make. I hope you subscribed. If you're not, make sure you do. Okay, there's a link at the bottom. Press that. Don't forget to tap the bell and you'll be notified as soon as I do another video. Right then, gets a little bit serious now because I've got to use a super sharp tip. Okay, so basically this is for picking out the absolute minutest of imperfections, low spots. You've got to be very careful with this, or I've got to be very careful with this, because if I get it wrong, I might crack the paint. So I need to be very precise with this. It's a great tip, it's a great tool. I use it all the time for fine tuning, and yeah, gonna make this repair look very nice. So because I'm at the that fine tuning stage, the pushers and the tap downs are very precise. I'm also using a polished tipped knockdown as well. Again, very precise. Also using a paddle this time as well, so it's not as heavy as my blending hammer. So very, very careful light taps. And that is just blending those very small imperfections out of the panel. And I'll just point them out to you. So we're looking just below here, got one there, and maybe one there. So give them a tap. I am actually struggling to see the dent. I need to pull the board a little bit further back just so I can see more. It'll pushing the board further back is going to show you a lot more imperfections. Up close, it kind of drowns everything out with the light. Okay, I think I'm about there. Right, let's get the quality control disc on there. I'd say that's looking very nice indeed. Right then, thank you for watching the video until the end, I really appreciate it. I'll see you soon on the next one. I'm Martin Sadler from Dent-Remover. Cheers. Right, let's have a look at the finished results. Looks good to me.